So hey guys, I wasn't really planning on watching this until my friend from another country told me it's excellent, and I went to the theater without expecting much, to be honest. And I haven't watched the trailer, and I knew like the director of Barbarian is making a movie and it's coming out, but I had no idea, no intention to watch it in the theater. Like the entire world didn't know about this movie's existence like 3 days ago, and now everyone is on it. So that was me as well. And guys, I gotta say, I was blown away by this movie. Please make sure you watch it in a packed theater with a proper audience. Trust me, you will thank me later.
Turn off the flash, you fucking moron!
I'm not a big fan of overhyping films because I don't think a movie can be enjoyed if it sets unrealistic expectations for you. I hope people won't hate me for saying this. I did not really enjoy The Sinners. I just didn't find the story that interesting. Could be because it was the overhype. I don't know, but I just think it is. So I was a little skeptical walking into this film, but this wasn't the case with Weapons. I actually think this will be a modern classic like Get Out and Hereditary. First of all, I think this movie had a unique structure to it. The story is a simple psychological thriller, but how they deliver the story was the hook for me. You get to know the whole picture from every character's point of view. So with every character, a mystery unravels, which I thought was a pretty good structure for a thriller. I wouldn't necessarily categorize this film as a horror. It's a psychological thriller slash drama. This structure can be boring for some because they might think they are circling around the same area again. But this format absolutely worked for me because the characters were so interesting. If you ask me who is the lead in this film, I think I have to say everyone because everyone equally contributed to this story. I can't even choose whose point of view I like the most out of Julia Garner's, Josh Brolin's, and Alex the Kid. We get introduced to Julia's story, and I was so hooked. I thought I don't gonna be good as Julia's one, but every story was kind of better than the other. It's so weird because we're introduced to so many characters in a span of 2 hours, but you really connect with characters and actually cared for them. Well, that's just good writing, I guess. Julia is a teacher of a classroom where all the kids in the classroom just randomly go missing except for one kid, and the entire town thinks she is responsible for this. You immediately feel connected to this character and honestly feel bad for. And Josh Brolin's character, a father who kind of cracks the case because his kid is one of the missing kids. You immediately connect with him as well. And by the time it gets to the last person, I really felt like I got to know every single piece of the puzzle. That again might be exhausting for some people, but I found it really interesting. The reason for that is the screenplay. At the end, it was satisfying because it felt like a complete movie where you didn't miss out on any detail. For some people, the pacing might be a little slow because, like I said, they take their time to explain every character's story, and when it pays off, it totally makes sense. For example, the druggie story, for a while, I was wondering why am I watching this guy's story? How is it related to the main plot at all? But by the end, not only connects to the main plot, but also explains the character's motive uh, to get to that place in a very interesting way, which was so good, man. This movie should get some recognition for its screenplay. It was so neat and complete. By the way, the kid story was just very thrilling. He kind of ties the knot of every storyline together. But oh my god, the kid got traumatized as fuck. I felt so bad for him. But he gets his moment, which was kind of expected. I expected him to do something. And when he did that, it was kind of cool. Like a proper moment for the character. I have a very strong feeling if I watch the movie again, I might like Alex's character. Oh, but for now, I can't choose. I find all of them equally interesting. I'm talking about Josh Brolin, Julia Garner, and the kid. Like all three of them, I equally like all. Plus, everyone performed very, very well. I mean, all of them are actors who have proved themselves multiple times, so this shouldn't be a surprise. But one thing I didn't expect from this movie were the funny bits. Who would have thought, honestly? I think Get Out is one of those movies where the funny bits worked as much as the thriller bits, and it manages it really well. But even in that movie, there were subplots for the funny bit. Yes, I'm talking about the Chris's friends plot, the sex slave plot and all that shit. But here it was very much part of the plot. It goes from creepy to funny, and I honestly didn't mind. I don't know how they pulled it off, but it worked for me. I heard for some people it's a problem, especially the last 15 minutes, bro. I watched it in a packed theater and the reactions were insane. This is why I go to theaters, man. When the movie is good and when you enjoy with a bunch of strangers, I don't think there's anything better than that, to me at least. For example, the druggies plot, the climax, the audience at my theater just lost it, man. The movie's pacing was steady, and then in the climax, it takes up a notch, and then it kind of becomes chaotic and hilarious, actually, which was so good, man. It felt amazing and very satisfying. Like the climax was so satisfying, at least to me. The movie was shot extremely well, the cinematography was good. If I were to mention a few, the police chase sequence and the climax when the kids chase the person, it was really the person. By the person, you know what I mean. If you have watched the movie, you know what I mean. I really did not see any flaws in the movie. Maybe when I watch it the second time, I might. I really want to watch it again for sure in the theater if I can, but it's just fresh in my mind, so I want to give it some time. The pacing, like I said, it's a bit slow, but I think it helped for me to grasp everything. But I'm not sure it will work for everyone, especially, people from my generation. I believe it will be a modern day classic because it's that kind of movie. I just feel like it will be. But let's see, time will tell. Make sure to watch this movie in a good theater, and if you are lucky, you will get a good audience because last night I got to see it with a good set of audience in a packed theater, and it was awesome. So, yeah, that's about this movie.